We can think of an observable as an array whose items arrive asynchronously over time. On the timeline to the left, the first marble comes in, then the second, and sometime later the third. Observables help us manage asynchronous data, such as data coming from a back-end service. Observables are a proposed feature for ES 2016, the next version of JavaScript. To use observables now, Angular uses a third-party library called Reactive extensions. Don't confuse this with React, which is another thing entirely. Observables are used within Angular itself, including Angular's event system and its HTTP client service, which is why we are covering them here. Data sequences can take many forms, such as a stream of data from a back-end web service, a set of system notifications, or a series of events such as user input. In this diagram, our stream contains 3 elements. Reactive extensions represent a data sequence as an observable sequence, commonly just called an observable. A method in our code can subscribe to an observable to receive asynchronous notifications as new data arrives. The method can then react as data is pushed to it. The method is notified when there is no more data or when an error occurs. Since an observable works like an array, we can use the map operator. The map operator allows us to transform the incoming data. The argument to the map operator is an arrow function that says to take each data item and transform it to 10 times its value. So when we receive 1, it is mapped to 10. When we receive 2, it is mapped to 20, and so on. This depiction is called a marble diagram and is helpful for visualizing observable sequences. This is a screenshot from RX Marbles at this URL. You may have worked with asynchronous data in JavaScript previously using promises. Observables are different from promises in several ways. A promise returns a single value or error. An observable works with multiple values over time. A promise is not cancelable. An observable can be canceled. Plus, an observable supports map, filter, reduce, and similar operators. Note, however, that you can use promises instead of observables when calling HTTP in Angular if you wish. An example is provided in the Angular documentation. In this module, we'll do HTTP using observables.